The Washington Redskins play tonight against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Monday Night Football game will air on ESPN at 8:30 p.m. The Chiefs are the only remaining unbeaten team in the NFLA at 3-0. Redskins quarterback Kirk Cousins is expected to play tonight after he and his wife welcomed the baby boy on Friday. Dozens of NFL players kneeling during the national anthem this weekend, continuing the season's trend. Fewer players participated in anthem protests this week, after over 200 athletes did last week. President Trump is encouraging players to stand during the anthem, saying it is very important. Some players justify the protests, saying they are merely using their platforms as NFL players to speak out on inequality.
The Washington Nationals are getting set for round one of the playoffs after closing out the regular season yesterday. Kristen Bravo has more on the story.
The Nationals are preparing to face the reigning World Series champion Chicago Cubs in the playoffs on Friday. The first two games of the matchup will be played in D.C. Nats fans are hoping the team has what it takes to make it past the first round of the playoffs.
I'm excited this year. I think with everybody coming back and pitching been pretty steady, I think they have a pretty good shot this year. And the Dodgers were pretty hot early on, so I think that bodes well. And Cubs will be tough, but the Nationals played them well this year, so I think they'll do well.
The Nats will rely heavily on the contributions of Bryce Harper, who is returning from a knee injury suffered in early August.
Don't do as well as the starting pitching and Harper. It'll be Harper. If he's hitting, they'll all hit.
In the final regular season game on Sunday, Harper went 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Nats fans are looking forward to bringing the energy back to the ballpark later this week and throughout the postseason.
I would love to go to a playoff game. The Nats games are so much fun. They make it really exciting to be here.
The Nationals lost the National League Division Series to the Dodgers last year. They haven't won a playoff series in the history of the team. For District Wire News, I'm Kristen Bravo.
The Game of Thrones bar is getting a facelift. Drink Company, the company that produced the bar, changes the bar's theme every few months. For Halloween, Drink Company is turning the bar into a pub dread, a horror-themed bar. The bar will feature crypt, costumes, and themed cocktails.
It might be fall in D.C., but outside it still looks and feels more like summer. Our District Wire News correspondent Ryan Siegel has more.
While many people would expect to be stepping around falling leaves, in the DMV, it still feels like beach weather. This fall is on track to be one of the warmest on average in the district, and residents are taking advantage. In Rock Creek and Fort Reno parks, people are enjoying all of the end of the year warm weather.
Right now it's shorts t-shirt weather. I woke up really early this morning, it was cold out, and I made the mistake of putting on long sleeves, and now I'm on a peg.
For Alkenburg, the weather comes as a surprise. Normally in the fall in DC, the average high temperatures are around 60 degrees, but as of this morning, the average high for this fall is around 80 degrees, and it has not rained in about a month. One thing Alkenburg was sure to point out.
Recently it's been very dry actually. In the fall usually we're getting a little more rain around this time. In the past couple weeks we've barely had any rain at all.
The weather outside offers people the opportunity to continue some of their summer routines. With traces of colder weather coming in the early mornings in the past week, some Washingtonians are waiting until later in the day to go spend time outside.
Never. It's nice, but not that nice.
The warm weather is expected to continue throughout the week with average temperatures in the 80s. For District Wire News, I'm Ryan Siegel.
Medical experts are warning that this year's flu season could be severe. Many pharmacies in the D.C. area, like CVS and Rite Aid, are offering people free flu shots if they bring their insurance card. Pharmacies have seen an increase in the number of people getting their flu shots in the past week.
I've seen a lot of people coming in, probably more so than in years past. The thing about the flu shot is it's retrospective, not futuristic. You base it on the previous years. So the quad, which is the most popular flu shot, is the top 2 A strains and B strains from the previous year.
While getting the flu shot does not guarantee you won't get the flu, doctors say that it will help minimize symptoms and slow down the spread of the virus. Health officials say flu season is expected to pick up this month and could go well into April.
The worst traffic hotspot in the United States is in Virginia. The hotspot is located on the stretch between Fairfax County Parkway and Fredericksburg on southbound Interstate 95. There have been over 1,000 traffic jams at the hotspot this year. The findings were published by INRIX, a traffic data firm based in Seattle. The data firm concluded that DC ranks third behind New York and Los Angeles for overall traffic congestion.
Coming up, a minor collision on the tarmac at Reagan National and how that will affect your flight. That and more when District Wire News returns.